Golden Opportunities is paid for by Elder Productions.
Hello, I'm Lori Steiner. Welcome to Golden Opportunities.
Today, we'll prescribe news that will help your health. Then, we're not stretching the truth. You can laugh your way to physical fitness. We'll tell you how. Ensuring your health goes beyond insurance. We'll explain. Plus, is our area age-friendly? We'll peek at plans to make our city sensational for seniors. And you're healing from being hurt, but now you have the pain of paying medical bills. We'll offer advice.
It's time to get GOing, so pull up a chair and join us at our kitchen table for Golden Opportunities. How did you sleep last night? The answer to that question could reveal a lot about your health. If you keep tossing and turning, Dr. Joseph Golish is here with help so you can get a good night's sleep. Dr. Golish is with the Center for Sleep Medicine at Metro Health. Welcome to the show.
Hi, Lauren. How are you?
So tell us, why is sleep so important to our health?
We are literally bombarded with media coverage of diet and exercise, but in fact, the third and most important actually is sleep. Why is it most important? Because it affects us every single night. Plus, in addition to that, we're unconscious when bad things are happening in our sleep. We're unaware of it. And the restless sleeper, regardless of the cause, not just sleep apnea, but snoring, insomnia, and so on, cause microarousals in our brain, which trigger a fight or flight reaction by the body that is really harmful to our health. Our blood pressure and pulse shoot up multiple times through the night. We don't know it. In addition to that, we're also deprived of the restorative sleep, the sleep that kind of reboots our internal computer. So the result is our brain doesn't function nearly as well after bad sleep, and that means poor decisions, difficulty solving problems, poor memory, and even stress, anxiety, depression all can result from that. Okay,
now you mentioned sleep apnea, and a lot of people know what that is, but what are some of these other issues that can cause you to have a restless night?
Well, even primary snoring, people who don't have apnea but are disruptive snorers, can cause high blood pressure, heart trouble, and so on, not to mention difficulty sleeping. In addition, side snorers, sort of like side smoke, they are actually victims. They lose several hours of quality sleep each night.
Because they hear the partner sleeping, they're snoring.
Absolutely. And then in addition, insomnia, restless legs, shift work, the night owl syndrome, all of those can cause the same sort of disruption of the sleep that affects our health and our memory and our emotional mood function.
But you say a lot of these sleep disorders are not diagnosed and treated. Why would that be?
Well, the reason for that in part is because we often think of these problems as just a nuisance. It's something there really aren't any good treatments for. Which clearly is a misconception because there has been a revolution in treatments as well. And so we end up self-treating. We go to over-the-counter medicines, nutrition shops. We go online. We go to infomercials and try different devices. But also because there's such constraints now on cost in the healthcare system, the healthcare system really doesn't want to make it easy to get patients with those disorders treated medically, which they actually should be. So it's incumbent on patients when they have those problems to seek the right provider and be their own advocate. And that's what I tell my kids and grandkids. The healthcare system's different than it once was. Marcus Welby's long gone, if you remember him.
Oh, yeah.
And so they really have to be patient and persistent in working through the system to get the treatments that they need.
And there are new medications and new devices that help you with sleep apnea, snoring, all this restless. So tell us about some of that.
Yeah, just like this last decade of understanding of the bad things that happen in our brain and body with bad sleep, there have been a revolution in new medications and new devices for treatment, but they often don't get employed because people don't know about them and their providers aren't necessarily helping them get to them, nor is their health insurer and so on making it easy.
There's a new medication though first.
Yeah, well, new medications are two very revolutionary medications. One that blocks the wake hormone, or the wake hormone is orexin. These are orexin blockers. There are other stimulants that are non-stimulants, not addicting, unlike the drugs that we did use in the past, and we still have to use often because they're the only ones covered, are amphetamines, which have their own problems of tolerance and addiction. There are also meds that are non-benzodiazepines, not addicting, non-harmful, that should replace most of the drugs over the years that we've used, like zolpidem.
Okay.
And then there are also devices, like CPAP, that's on the left in this panel, and a lot of people just can't or won't use their CPAP, and there's a nasal valve that is FDA approved that can replace all of that fancy technology, and about 90% of the patients who won't or can't use CPAP we can salvage with that device. And then there are also oral devices. One is a tongue retaining device, just pulls the tongue forward. The other is a mouth guard that pulls the lower jaw forward. And the result of that is opens the airway in another way. Again, alternatives, both for snorers and for apnea patients. And then finally, this is a device that's been available in Europe for some time. In fact, even health insurance pays for it in Europe. It just came to this country, but it's a pillow that senses when a patient snores or has an apnea, and then it changes the position of the pillow. It inflates compartments to change the location of the airway to eradicate the snore and the apnea.
Amazing.
That's revolutionary, without having to wear anything on the face or in the mouth.
Great tips. If a good night's sleep was a long time ago for you, Dr. Golish has shown that there are new options for alleviating many sleep issues. To learn more, use the information that's coming up next. My thanks to the doctor for waking us up to these slumber solutions.
To learn more, call Metro Health at 216-778-7800 or log on to www.metrohealth.org. Next, it's no joke. Laughter can help you be limber. But first, we know red means stop and green means go. But just how long during our lifetime do we linger waiting for traffic lights to turn? We'll tell you how much time we spend seeing red when we return.
Hilltop Village Apartments is retirement living at its best. Residents enjoy a wide variety of activities and living services with all large first-floor apartments, private screened-in patios with beautiful park views, daily dining room meals, free laundry facilities, 24-hour staff, and so much more. Enjoy safe, comfortable independence at a very affordable price. Call today for a tour and learn how you can get your first month's rent free. Hilltop Village Apartments, retirement living at its best.
Maybe it's not just traffic taking up our time. To sum it up, we spend 6 months of our lives at red lights, waiting for them to go green. But remember, all of those missing minutes add up to securing our safety.
Have you heard the one about the yoga class where people giggled in place of posing? Turns out they had the last laugh. The fact is, laughter yoga can actually improve your health. And Lori Dreskin is here to tell us how that works. As part of her Act 3, Lori became a certified yoga leader and is now a part of the Loving Hands group. So we're happy to have you here on the show.
Thanks for having me, Lori. I appreciate being here.
When we think of yoga, I think of all these terribly hard positions and it stresses you out. So how does laughter yoga work?
Well, the yoga piece is the stretching, relaxation, and breathing, but we combine it with simple, rhythmic, childlike clapping and, of course, laughter. And the great thing about laughter yoga is you don't have to be perfect with the poses. You can do it seated like we are or standing, and it's good for all ages, and it just feels so good. It produces that happy hormone that we know is the endorphin hormone, and we need that to go throughout our bodies to feel good.
Absolutely. So in a way, actually you're living proof that it works, right? So how did laughing yoga end up in your Act 3?
Well, I retired from special education teaching, and although I loved being a teacher, it was very, very stressful. And then I developed early stage lung cancer that I'm happy to report that I have fully recovered from.
That's great.
But along with that happening to me, I had to really go on a healing journey. And on that journey, I discovered yoga. And from yoga, I learned about laughter yoga. And from what I shared with you, laughter yoga is so fun. You can do the poses. When I realized that I could do the poses and not feel like, oh, I'm doing it wrong, get my exercise, release the stress, I knew it was for me, and when the teacher decided that she was no longer teaching it, I decided to get trained, and I became a certified laughter yoga leader.
Oh my goodness, there's even classes for it.
There is.
So can you give us a brief example of one of the exercises?
Sure. In between each laughter yoga exercise, we do a funny rhythmic laughing exercise where you use the words ho ho, ha ha ha, and it simply goes like this. We take our hands,
okay,
and we go ho ho, ha ha ha, ho ho, ha ha ha. Ho,
that seems simple enough.
Ha ha ha! Yay! And it is simple enough.
It does make you laugh too.
Yes, it does.
And the results are nothing to laugh at, though, right?
Absolutely, because as you know, laughter is the best medicine. And do you know that 1 to 2 minutes, studies have shown that 1 to 2 minutes of hearty laughter is equal to 10 minutes of aerobic exercise.
A lot more fun, too, I would guess.
Yes, it is.
Well, what about people who say, I can't laugh on command, or it's really silly?
You know, everybody sort of starts to feel like that. But as you know, laughter is very contagious. Once you start laughing, everybody starts really feeling it, and it becomes so real to you. And what I've discovered is in all my classes that I teach at, whether it be a senior center, a nursing home, a rehab center, a community center, a senior apartment, they all say the same thing. They feel good, they're getting good, healthy exercise. They so enjoy it that they carry that happy, joyous, healthy feeling outside the class and continue it on in their everyday life.
It's wonderful.
It is.
If you're looking for a good laugh and a healthy way to work out, consider landing in a laughter yoga class. You can find out more using the information that's coming up next. My thanks to Lori Dreskin for leaving us laughing.
Learn more about laughter yoga by calling the Loving Hands Group at 216-408-5578 or log on to www.lovinghandsgroup.com. Next, how your health benefits from insurance. Looking for places to go, things to do? Welcome to our community calendar. Cleveland has a day just for us, and it's free. The 27th Annual Cleveland Senior Day takes place Friday, May 27th at Cleveland Public Hall. The event kicks off at 10 a.m. with an information fair, followed by programming, lunch, and entertainment, and all at no cost. To learn more, call 216-664-2833 or visit www.cleveland-oh.gov/aging.
May is our month. This month is designated Older Americans Month. So what does that mean for seniors? Medical Mutual of Ohio has invited Eric Martin to tell us. Eric is the Business Services Manager with the Cuyahoga County Division of Senior and Adult Services. So welcome back to the show.
Thanks, Lori. Nice to see you again.
Why is it important to have an Older Americans Month? And is this brand new?
Well, the importance of the Older Americans Month is really a couple of reasons. One is to really celebrate the contributions that older Americans have on our nation every day. Secondly, it's really to bring awareness around senior issues that are impacting seniors. And it is not new, Lori. As we know, back in 1963, President Kennedy, with members of the National Council of Senior Citizens, actually dubbed May as Senior Citizens Month, which is the prelude of Older Americans Month.
Okay.
And if you really think about it, 17 million, at that time there were 17 million Americans who actually reached the age of 65 or their 65th birthday. If you compare that to now, the older this population is growing at a very fast rate, growing faster than the residents who are 20 years and younger. And in fact, according to the Center of Community Solutions, by 2030, 31% of Cuyahoga County's population will be age 60 plus.
Amazing.
And according to also the Center for Community Solutions, 74.3% of seniors own their own homes. And if you want to look at it from a national perspective, there are more older Americans than any other time in our history. Some 40.3 million Americans are 60 plus and older, according to the 2010 census.
Wow. So how do we mark the month?
Well, this is celebrated around the country. It's just not a local, it is celebrated nationwide. It is done through ceremonies, there's events, there's all kinds of activities. But this year, the focus is on Blaze a Trail. That's the motto for 2016. And what this really resonates to is really celebrating and really at least recognizing the elder issues that are important to elders, but also really identifying and highlighting the many ways that older Americans are advocating for themselves, advocating for their peers, and for their community. Okay,
well, that's what Medical Mutual and the Cuyahoga County Division of Senior Adult Services really do every day, right?
Right, well, and you know, we try. As we know, Medical Mutual has plenty of insurance options and great programs that help citizens, whether you're 65 plus or younger, live the most healthiest lives as possible. Here at DSAS, we have a myriad of programs that we offer through our community social service program. We offer funding to 21 senior centers. We also have Adult Protective Services, which is a state mandated program, which we provide protection for seniors against things like abuse, neglect, self-neglect, and financial exploitation. Our IOU unit, which we like to refer to as our information outreach unit, we do benefits checkups on the spot. In our home-based services, we provide skilled care. And I would be remiss if I failed to mention our options for independent living, which we provide $2.1 million in funding for things like homemaking services, home-delivered meals, and emergency response buttons that really help our seniors remain safe in their homes. Okay, sounds like a lot of programs, but how does somebody find out what programs work for them? Well, they can easily call our one call does it all, our hotline, our centralized intake. Oh, we got it up here on the screen. It's on the screen. It's 216-420-6700, and you'll be linked to all the services that you need. Excellent. This Older Americans Month, follow the lead of Medical Mutual and the Cuyahoga County Division of Senior and Adult Services and celebrate by advocating for issues that impact all who are aging. For help, call the number Eric provided or use the information for Medical Mutual that's coming up next. My thanks to Eric for joining us today. Thank you.
Find out more about Medical Mutual of Ohio by visiting www.medmutual.com/go. or call 1-844-606-5387. Next, age-appropriate environments. It's time to get up and go, an exercise segment on golden opportunities.
Hello everybody, it's Mike Carbon from Breakout Fitness, and we are here today to show you not only how to work your important shoulder muscles, but also the triceps in the back of the arm. Every woman wants to work that area. You ready to do it?
I was born ready.
All right, let's do it. We got our bands here. We're gonna start with the bands under our backside, because we wanna be seated on the band just to make sure they stay in place. What we're gonna do from here is we're gonna start with our hands at about a 45-degree angle and our palms just above our shoulders. We're simply gonna press that band up above the head, just about touch, and bring them back down to the starting position, okay? We're looking for 12 to 15 repetitions, slow and controlled movement, and also please do not rock back and forth, maintain that good posture. How you feeling, Lori?
Oh, taller already.
Taller already, all right,
taller, yeah.
That's good, you got some strong shoulders there, everybody. Okay, 12 to 15, make sure you're breathing, and now it's your turn to get up and go.
For your copy of the exercise booklet, send $1 for postage to Golden Opportunities, 6105 Parkland Boulevard, Suite 140, Mayfield Heights, Ohio, 44124.
In our hometown of Cleveland, the number of people aged 60 and over is climbing to nearly 70,000. And Cleveland is not alone. As the baby boomers age, we'll see this trend across the country. So what do we need to do to make our city and our nation age-friendly? Doug Tayak and Jane Fumick have some ideas about that. Doug is the Associate State Director for AARP Ohio, and Jane is the Director of the Cleveland Department of Aging. So welcome to both of you.
Thank you.
So, Jane, hasn't been Cleveland kind of working on this for a while now?
True. In 2014, the city's application to the World Health Organization to participate in their global network of age-friendly cities was approved. And then shortly after that, in 2015, our application to AARP to participate in their Livable Communities Network was approved. So we have been working on it, and we're now part of this global movement of cities that are working to ensure that they are age-friendly for older adults, so that older adults are involved, active, healthy aging, and also receive the services and supports when they need them.
All right. So, Doug, what does that mean? What is age-friendly in a city?
So first of all, a city that's age-friendly is friendly for all ages. And I like to say an age-friendly community is safe for an older adult that needs a cane, all the way down to a 12 or 13-year-old on a bike. And so basically, we came up with we work with the Global Center, or the Global Network of Age-Friendly Communities, the WHO, and AARP is the U.S. partner, to design programs and to create resources that that really help answer sort of the two growing demographic trends, which is the rapid aging of populations. The United States is not alone in being a country that is growing older faster, but then also the increased urbanization of our societies. So as you think about the number of older adults that are moving into downtown Cleveland, close to 20,000 people living downtown, a good share are over 50. This is a big piece of what an age-friendly community is. And so the programs that are created and that that Jane and her folks are working on through the Age-Friendly Network revolve around what are called the 8 domains of livability. And these are the issues that impact how people live. And so those are outdoor spaces, transportation, housing, social participation, respect and social inclusion, civic participation and employment, communication and information, community support, and health services. And that's what creates those are the factors that we believe go into making a community age-friendly.
All right. So, and Jane, it's a long list. I understand you did some surveys from April of 2015 to this past January. What did you find out?
Sure. We talked to over 1,000, had input from over 1,000 Cleveland seniors, some through surveys, some through focus groups, some through an outreach questionnaire. And so basically what we found out that in many areas we're doing well, okay? And the seniors thought that Cleveland was a good place to age. Those areas that were positive were housing, transportation, certainly healthcare, okay? And there was reaffirmation of the strong desire of seniors in the city of Cleveland to remain in their own homes independent for as long as possible. Also, we learned that our seniors are very engaged, very involved. They're going to different recreational activities, sporting events, concerts. They're involved with their families. But we do have some work to do. Some of the areas where more needs to be done. Many seniors are not aware of existing resources. With all that we have to promote and talk and all the communication we have today, still people are not aware of all the resources. We know that almost 22% of Cleveland seniors live at or below poverty. That's a large number, and that is a concern. Some seniors are concerned about safety. If they want to stay in their own home, many seniors express the desire for more support in area of home maintenance, home repair type concerns. And some even express that when they go job hunting, they feel that there's age discrimination in hiring an older worker.
Yeah, that may be.
So we still have work.
There's lots of work to do by both of the agencies, and I wish we could talk more about it. We're going to have you back and talk more as things progress. Cleveland is home to great restaurants, entertainment, health facilities, and older adults who want to make the most of them, and more. Thanks to the work of the Cleveland Department of Aging, along with AARP Ohio, not only will seniors continue to enjoy all of our city's amenities, there will be innovations that will allow them to participate in them for years to come. My thanks to Jane and Doug for their work to make all of this happen.
Thank you.
Thank you.
For more information, call AARP Ohio at 866-389-5653 or visit www.aarp.org/Ohio. You can also call the Cleveland Department of Aging at 216-664-2833 or click to www.cleveland-oh.gov/aging. Next, when injuries become personal.
Here at Metro Health, you know you matter when it matters most. Here, we are the city's best at preparing for the world's worst. Here, we are the only verified burn center in Ohio for adults and children. Here, you'll find exceptional clinicians with extraordinary hearts. So the work we do here at Metro Health makes an impact here, out here, and right here. Metro Health, we're here for you, for all of you.
An aggressive driver appears out of nowhere and bam, you're in an accident. You're unnerved or maybe even injured, but you still need to take action. Here to help protect yourself after an accident is attorney John Gundy of the Gundy Law Firm. Hey there, John. So it's hard to think straight, so you're going to give us these pointers. So what's the first pointer?
You're absolutely right. It's hard to think straight when you're in an accident or any kind of stressful situation. The first thing you should do if you're in an accident is get off the road. You want to protect yourself, so you need to, the last thing you want is to have another car get involved in the accident to cause further harm or injury. Once you're safe and out of traffic, you should call 911 or the police if you're injured.
Okay. What after that?
The next thing you should do is exchange information. You want to get the other driver's insurance information, their name and phone number.
Okay. How about witnesses?
Witnesses are important, but you have to remember that they may not be able to stick around very long, so as soon as you possibly can, you want to get the name and contact information for any witnesses.
Okay, that's a good point. Last?
The last thing you should do is you have to file a claim with the insurance company. But you have to remember insurance companies want to pay as little as possible. It's up to you to fight to protect yourself.
All right, yeah. So really advocate for yourself. Do you need to have an attorney to do that?
Like most things in life, it depends. If it's just property damage to the vehicle, you can probably handle that yourself. But if you're injured, then it's probably best to consult with an attorney who has experience handling these types of claims, who knows what they're doing and will fight on your behalf to get you the compensation you're entitled to.
All right, those are great tips. While you never want to be in an accident, if it does happen, now you know what steps to take to protect yourself. For more help, use the information that's coming up next. My thanks to John Gundy for joining us today.
Thank you.
Call Solomon, Steiner, and Peck at 1-888-236-5173 for more information or to schedule a speaker for your organization. Or log on to www.ssnplaw.com.
Thanks for joining us. Tune in next week for more great information. But until then, please remember to make the most of your golden opportunities.
If you'd like to join our kitchen conversation, visit our website, www.goldenopportunities.tv. Like us on Facebook. Call us at 440-742-GO-TV or email us at kitchen@goldenopportunities.tv. We'd love to hear from you.
Golden Opportunities is paid for by Elder Productions.